Hello, my name is Kelly Heckman, and I'm the co-founder of FiXiT, a nonprofit dedicated to ending companion animal overpopulation by creating marketing and incentive-based strategies to give all pet owners the desire and ability to get their animals spayed and neutered. In this webinar, we're going to talk about what to do with all the survey data that you collected as part of your perception survey. At the time we did the survey on St. Croix as part of the Final Fix project, which was in 2010, we didn't expect all of our surveyors to have a smartphone. But now smart technology is a lot more available, and this might not be the case for you. We were very low-tech and handed out a bunch of paper copies of the survey to our surveyors to complete, and then had a pile of them whose results needed to be entered manually, which was not a lot of fun. But once I had entered the data, this gave me tons of possibilities for sorting the information in order to carve out the behaviors of different types of pet owners. This is the information I shared during the Final Fix example of the perception survey lesson, if you want to go back and check it out. In analyzing, I used a spreadsheet to analyze the whole survey. Each possible answer for each possible question got its own column, and each way I wanted to analyze the data received its own sheet in the spreadsheet. While I appreciate this for its flexibility, it also leaves room for a lot of user error, as you can imagine that this was a pretty big matrix of data. Lucky for you, now since more and more people have a smartphone or tablet, filling in the data via an online system is a much better fit for most people. It might cost a small fee to have this as an option, but the number of hours it will save you in the end is well worth it. It certainly is nice for data entry time, which can go down to as little as 0. I'm so jealous about that. I'm also familiar with 2 online survey tools, but there might be others for you to choose from. Here you can see in SurveyMonkey that you are able to manually enter survey data if you choose to send surveyors out with paper surveys. This is a survey for participants of FiXiT's other program, getyourfix.org, but you can see that it is easy form to fill in. For SurveyMonkey, there is also a mobile app that allows you to use your phone like a kiosk to collect more than one survey. Normally, a single computer could only be used for one survey response in order to prevent duplication of data. This can all be done with an app used as a kiosk mode to go from one survey respondent to another, and having more than one surveyor add survey results they collect. Recently, SurveyMonkey also expanded their data analysis option. This is a whole new ballgame for you. Previously, you could only view the answers to one question at a time. Now you can filter the responses by answers to certain questions of your choice. So here we have an answer to one question. Are you registered on getyourfix.org as an owner or a sponsor? You can see the vast majority of our users are owners looking for help to get their animals spayed or neutered. For this example, I can now narrow the survey responses to any question to view the results from a subdivision of the total responses. On the left, I want to know how only female users responded, and on the right, in contrast, I want to know how only the owners responded to the survey questions. Or, and this is where it gets exciting, we can combine both filters to include only pet owners that are female, 2 variables, and look at their responses to all the other questions. So, for example, now I can easily view the distribution of female owners' household incomes and see that most female pet owners have a household income less than $20,000. It's a pretty cool tool that will be very valuable to you, and I would have killed to have it at my fingertips years ago. So for the spay and neuter perception survey that you are planning, you're going to think of the data like our target dartboard. Starting at the most broad target, whether or not someone is a pet owner, you can gradually narrow down the data into finer categories using these filters. Start simple, or another one is, are your pets spayed or neutered? We have charts that I have produced in Excel, but with this online survey tool, they will spit out your graphs automatically that you can then customize with different colors, chart types, labels, and display options. These are super for presentations, for reporting, and to add to your grant proposals. Then you can continue to add more specificity to your analysis by adding more filters. For example, let's say you want to consider only those that are caring for dogs. How many are fixed? And in contrast, if we consider only those that are caring for cats, how many of those are fixed? You can get to the heart of the messaging by narrowing down things in a way to zero in on what specific groups are thinking or doing. Do dog owners act or think differently than cat owners? Do people that think spay and neuter is expensive think differently than those that think spay and neuter is unnatural? You can filter the results even further, including the caregiver's age, sex, and whether or not they had fixed their animals. Here we can see that the males overall spay-neuter less on St. Croix, but this is consistent across all age groups. Get an idea of what age group you're targeting and how that might make an impact on your graphical style of your advertisements. You surely wouldn't use the same style to appeal to a 20-year-old as a 50-year-old, right? Use all the information gathered in the perception survey to help you generate messages or strategies to get pet owners to take action. For example, many of our low-hanging fruit owners said that they would be more likely to participate if transportation was available without a change to the cost. This could have been something to provide in order to get more people to act. Of course, this is where your survey needs to be catered to what you're willing to offer, even if there's no change to the offer that you're going to provide. If you have no intention of offering transportation, then don't ask if people would be willing to use it. Again, this is a big undertaking, so make sure that you get information that is useful to your program. With this information, you can now start to develop messaging. Learn more about how to generate convincing messaging in our future lessons. And of course, you can learn more about FiXiT, SMART, and other programs we offer to help reduce euthanasia at fixit-foundation.org or follow us on social media.